Hi guys! So I'm here with winter favorites, and I'm actually doing these a little bit early because there's so many things that I'm already excited about. So I may have to do a separate December or January favorites because I realize we're just at the beginning of winter here, but I did want to just talk about some things that I'm excited about for this season. First of which is hats. I love when it starts to get chilly out and you can just put on a hat and it's just a hair saver and I love it and I love it. So this is a hat that actually I found in the Lost and Found where I used to work, which is kind of gross, but anyway, you know, it came to me and now it is in my life and I love it. It's just a black beanie. So hats, number one. Number two, boots. And this I actually just checked and these boots are still available. These are by Bass, B-A-S-S, shoes, and these were on sale. I got them at an outlet, but they are just a little black boot with some knit detail on the back, and they do have laces you can adjust, but to get them on and off, they have a zipper. So I love these. They're really, really comfortable, and I've been wearing these a lot. So I might have to pick these up. They also have them in brown and then a taupe color. But these are awesome and I love these boots. So that's it for fashion. I don't do a ton of fashion favorites, and the reason for that is that I don't buy a lot of clothes. I just wear the clothes I have over and over again. Any extra money in my life goes towards makeup. So yeah, so I don't do fashion hauls because I don't think that you necessarily have to be going out and buying clothes all the time. I certainly don't do that. But anyway, those are things that I'm excited about. So next up I have a hair product. This is by Davinus and it's called This is an Oil Non-Oil. And I love this. It took me And this is from Davinus, and it's called This is an Oil Non-Oil. And it took me a second to figure out what to do with this because it does feel like a hair oil at first when it goes on. So I was sort of using it as a hair oil, like as a finisher, and expecting it to kind of smooth and shine the hair. However, this actually is awesome for creating texture because it does go on like an oil, but then it sort of stiffens up a little bit, almost like you've put mousse or hairspray in your hair. And so for my particular texture of sort of wavy hair, I love this. I scrunched it into my hair. I took a shower last night, scrunched it in my hair last night, slept with it in a top knot, and then this morning put a little bit more of this through and then dried it with a diffuser, which sounds like a lot of steps but is actually very easy. And I just feel like it helps to enhance the natural texture of my hair and give me some control without weighing it down the way an oil would. So I am a huge fan of this. This is an Oil Non-Oil. I think it is so unique. I've never had a product kind of do this sort of thing for me before. And I also find that on day after hair or 2 day after washing hair, this just scrunched through just creates some nice texture. And once again, because it's not actually oil, it's not going to make your hair look greasy or floppy. So I'm a huge fan of this. I think it's really interesting and unique and perfect for kind of a textured look. So for eyeshadow, I've been really loving kind of a cranberry eyeshadow look. So I grabbed all the examples of that I have. This is the Color Icon Angels and Aubergine palette, and this center color is a gorgeous cranberry. And then what I have on my eyes today, which is a tutorial that should have gone up probably a couple days ago, is the Color Tattoo and Pomegranate Punk, which is really kind of a more sheared out cranberry. Then over the top of that, I have from the Smashbox On The Rocks holiday palette from last year, I have this color, which is, it can't be Sumatra. That has to be wrong. Cabernet, yes. So I have this Cabernet color. Which is even deeper. And then from the Vice palette from last year, this is the Vice, I'm not sure, 3 or 4, the one that looks like this. There's a color in here called, which color did I think it was? Called Alchemy, which is a much brighter, kind of almost pinkish shade. And then also in this palette, there's a shade called Bondage, which is like a deeper purple color. That's not really a good example at all. So anyway, here's Alchemy and Bondage, which mixed together would be a really beautiful cranberry. And then I have one other thing, which is a NYX Jumbo Pencil in Rust. And this is a gorgeous rusty cranberry. So here's a bunch of options for sort of cranberry berry eyeshadows. And I love that look. I think it's really beautiful for the holidays, and I love it. I actually, swatching these out, my favorite is Rust and the Wet n Wild color. I feel like those together would be the winner, and they're the cheapest ones. Okay, next up I have some face products. These are 2 blush products. They're what I'm wearing today, and one is from e.l.f. and it's the Blushing Rose blush. This is a $3 blush. It's a gorgeous rosy color with sparkle to it, and this I love because it just looks exactly like that flush that you get if you get a little too cold outside. So I think this is gorgeous, and I've just been loving this. And then I've also been really loving the Becca Champagne Pop, what's this called? The Champagne Glow palette from Becca. And this has 3 colors. It has Blushed Copper, Champagne Pop, and Pearl. And these are really beautiful powders. I've been using these a lot. And I think all those 3 together with the e.l.f. is a really beautiful sort of holiday festive look. There's those swatches there. So this is the e.l.f. blush, Blushed Copper, Champagne Pop, and Pearl. And I've been dipping into these powders all the time. They just, what do I like about them? They're not sparkly, but they have a ton of shine. They blend really easily. They're pigmented, so you don't need very much product, and they're not chalky at all. So you can really layer them, although you don't need to, and it still has a very natural finish on the skin. Although obviously you have like sparkly powder on your face. I have 2 lip favorites. The first, actually 3. The first one is, I wanted to do a follow-up because about 2 Sephora hauls ago I had purchased this Tarte Maracuja lip exfoliant, and I was going to use this and compare it to the Fresh Sugar Scrub, and I love this. The biggest difference is that this is very minty, and this has slightly less scrubber to oil ratio. So it's a little bit more oily, a little bit less scrubby. So for winter, I really like this one because I feel like it is enough to scrub the lips, but then it's very, very, it's almost like a balm on the lips. And the Fresh one is more scrubby, but they're both very moisturizing. So I think they're both great products. This is a little bit cheaper than the Fresh, so I'll probably continue to get this one rather than the Fresh Sugar Lip Scrub. But yeah, I love this Tarte Maracuja lip exfoliator, and I use it in the shower because I like to be able to really rinse it well off my lips. I just lost something. Where did those go? Well, I had some lip liners here, but now I can't find them. Okay, well, one of my favorites completely disappeared. But I was going to talk about the Jordana Easy Liners. Weird. Okay, so the other lip favorite is this Buxom Gloss in Cure Royale, and I have never had a Buxom Gloss that is this pigmented. It just has a lot of punch to it, and I love this because a lot of times when I wear my Buxom Gloss, it sort of has to be a no lipstick look day because they don't pack that much of color punch. So I love how my lips feel, and I like how healthy they look, but I can't really get like a real strong look out of it. But this is what I have on today. I do have a lip liner as well, but I think this shows up beautifully, and I love it. And I got it for free. It was like a point perk. I'm losing it, guys. I'm losing my ability to speak. So let me get through. I have three more things. First of all, this nail polish, oh my gosh. This is from the Mariah Carey OPI collection, maybe 2 years ago. This is called Wondrous Star, and I just can't get enough of this. I've been wearing it over and over and over again. I have it on today, although it's starting to chip off a little bit. But it's just gold and silver shimmer with black polka dots in it, and it goes on in 2 coats, completely opaque, sparkly. It's not rough to the touch. It goes on smooth, and I just love the look that this creates. I feel like the little black dots in it give it sort of this edge, this sophistication that just a regular glitter polish wouldn't have. And I have not been able to find a dupe for this anywhere, and it was limited edition. But I do think that it's still possible to get it. I haven't looked really because I have a lot left, but anyway, I would really recommend this Wondrous Star OPI nail polish. I have a brush. This is a new find for me from e.l.f. This is the foundation brush, I think. It doesn't have a name on it. That's strange. But this I have been using for kind of BB cream application. This is the powder brush for comparison. So this I really enjoy because it's very dense and soft, and I just put on foundation with this. And this is sort of the same idea but much lighter. So I feel like if I'm just doing kind of a light wash of like a tinted moisturizer or something, I actually prefer to use this because I feel like it's a little gentler on the skin. I'll still continue to use the powder brush. I use this all the time, but it's nice to have this other option as just kind of a lighter, more feathery feeling foundation brush. And finally, I have a book pick. This, I don't know how this ended up in my house, but it did somehow. But anyway, I found it and read it. It's The Price of Salt by Patricia Highsmith. And coincidentally, the film Carol just came out, which is based on this book, but I didn't know that movie was coming out when I read it. But it's just really a lovely read. It's kind of sad, and it just sucked me in right away. I felt like the characters were really well drawn, and the story was compelling, and the writing was good. So I would recommend this book, and it's probably going to be pretty easy to find now that they made a movie about it, although you'll probably have a cover with Cate Blanchett and Rooney Mara on it rather than whoever this is. But yeah, it's a good book. So that is The Price of Salt by Patricia Highsmith, which is my last winter favorite. So those are my favorites for winter. I hope you guys enjoyed just looking at some of the products that I've been excited about and loving lately. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.